Follow your heart. Desire. I grew up in a house where we didn't talk about desire. We didn't talk about what's on your heart, what do you dream of. Life was about paying bills. My parents were putting the three of us through Catholic school, paying tuition, buying uniforms. It was about survival and having the things in life that we need on a regular basis. So there absolutely was no mention about desire. And in the faith that I was raised in, we certainly didn't talk about desire because that had to do with greed and lusting for things you didn't have. And it was sinful to want a whole lot more than you had. And so I didn't. However, my heart wanted things I never spoke of. For some reason, as a young girl, I knew at some point I wanted to be a lady of leisure. I didn't know what that meant. And leisure is different from leisure. I'm still working on the leisure part. But how does a little girl that grew up in my house have that dream? Because no one in my family gave me that. It was always here. I always wanted to be surrounded by beautiful things. My parents didn't have the time or money for that. But for so long, I thought I shouldn't want beautiful things because they were extraneous. They're not important. You don't need them to get by. And if you're spending your life robbing Peter to pay Paul, there certainly isn't space for beautiful artwork in your home or things that you look at as you're walking around your space and saying, oh my gosh, that's beautiful. Or I just want a beautifully landscaped lawn. I want to be able to go out and sit in my backyard and just see beauty everywhere. There wasn't time for that. We were getting by in life, and it wasn't until I got into New Thought, into unity, and my paradigm about what is possible changed, that all those dreams that I had here all along became possible for me. And of course, when I was starting out in my young life, having graduated from college and gotten my first job, I still wanted beauty, but I couldn't afford beautiful things that cost a lot of money. So I learned how to get beautiful things and spend a little bit of money. But I was still drawn towards beautiful things. Beautiful things. I always wanted them, and I found a way to get them. And it took me decades to realize that I could let go of what the world said about wanting to have those beautiful things, because there is a lot of talk about materiality in religious circles, in faith circles, that we don't want more than we have, that yes, here comes the greed again. But I realized when I really got in touch with my spirituality, that beauty reminded me of spirit. And I had spiritual experiences appreciating beauty. And so it wasn't about the things that were beautiful. It wasn't that I wanted people to come to my home and say, oh, you got beautiful stuff. I wanted people to have an experience when they walk through the door and just feel something and go, oh my gosh. And feel what it's like to be surrounded by beauty. To feel beauty in their souls when they come into my home. I want to be able to look outside of my windows and see beauty everywhere. I find beauty everywhere. I find that that is part of my spiritual journey. And yes, divine principle is about truth and beauty in everything. And that's when it was possible for me to celebrate that my desires were given to me by a benevolent presence. I was born with that. I was born craving beauty. And yes, I can find beauty. If I can see a green sprig come up in a crack of concrete, and I go like this, oh, look at that. I find beauty there. When I think about the human body, when I work out and I'm sweating and having a hard time just making it through on that bicycle, suddenly I stop and I go, wow, there's beauty in that. That here I can exercise. Here I can be in this moment, in the zone, and I find beauty in that. I find beauty in the fact that there are all these processes going on within me that I don't have to think anything about. There's beauty in that, in the processes. And I crave information about that. So then I was able to let go of what I kept hearing on the outside about wanting beauty in my life. All of us have desires in our heart that we always had. Didn't know where it came from. It might be music. It might be order in numbers. People who are just drawn to do a particular kind of work. In this video we just saw, the dancers, the athletes, all of that is beautiful. I can watch a basketball player dunk a basketball and go, oh, look at that. I find beauty in that. And suddenly I forget about the points. I don't care about the points. All I look at is he's flying through the air and seems suspended and time stops. And the ball just goes through the net. Beauty. So what have you desired? What has always been here that you denied because somebody told you it was wrong? What's been here that you thought wasn't possible? Because I didn't know any of that was possible growing up. Nobody told me it was. Everybody told me it was wrong. But I held on to it, and even when I denied it, it kept coming back. Coming back, right here, right here. I just want beauty. Even when I was living in a basement apartment, I made it beautiful for me. Desire doesn't have to be about greed or sin. These things that are in our hearts all along are about who and what you are. Your divinity showing up. Saying that this is what's unique about you and how you are showing up in the world. How life shows up for you. What brings you inexpressible joy. The things that stop you in your tracks. This is what Emily Cady says about desire. This is from Lessons in Truth from the Unity Library. Asking springs from desire to possess some good. What is desire? Desire in the heart is always God tapping at the door of your consciousness with His infinite supply. A supply that is forever useless unless there be demand for it. Before they call, I will answer. That's from Isaiah 65:24. Before you are ever conscious of any lack, of any desire for more happiness, or for fullness of joy, the great Father, Mother heart has desired them for you. Let me read that again. Before you are ever conscious of any lack, of any desire for more happiness, or for fullness of joy, the great Father, Mother heart has desired them for you. It is He in you desiring them that you feel and think it is only yourself, separate from Him, desiring them. With God, the desire to give and giving are one and the same thing. Someone has said, desire for anything is the thing itself in incipiency. That is, the thing you desire is not only for you, but has already been started toward you out of the heart of God. Yeah, out of the heart of God. It is the first approach of the thing itself striking you that makes you desire it or even think of it at all. So when you desire it, it is already started in manifestation. From God, from goodness, from ultimate potentiality. It's already started when you feel that you want it. It's already out there, hurtling towards you when you desire it. And it came from God. That gives me goosebumps. I don't know about you. And doesn't that flip the script for you on desire? It did for me. You can't desire it and not get it unless you deny it. Unless you say, can't be for me. Emily Cady is saying, because you desire it, absolutely, it's already started toward you. Already in its incipiency. I love that word. Incipiency. It's already been given birth in you. It's already been given birth in the ethers all around you. Think about that. There's got to be, every single one of you right now, you desire something that's not currently in your life. It may not be a beautiful thing. It might be a relationship. It might be more peace, more joy, more love, better health. There's something. All of us are wanting something that's right here. And you think it's beyond you, and you don't know where it came from. I'm telling you right here, right now, because it's here, you've got it. You've got it. So Emily goes on to say, the only way God has of letting us know of His infinite supply and His desire to make it ours is for Him to push gently on the divine spark living within each one of us. He wants you to be strong, self-sufficient man or woman, to have more power and dominion over all before you. So He quietly and silently pushes a little more of Himself, His desire, into the center of your being. He enlarges, so to speak, your real self, that's with a capital S, and at once you become conscious of new desire to be bigger, grander, stronger. If He had not pushed at the center of your being first, you would never have thought of new desires, but would have remained perfectly content as you were. So when you're feeling the urge, desire for something grander, bigger, stronger, it's only God pushing at you. Your divinity, saying, this is where we're going. Open your arms. So the question is, will you open your arms? Will you? It's just a matter of doing this. Letting go of this. Letting go of wringing the hands. Walking around. Complaining. Not for me. Not yet. Couldn't be. My sentence to myself was always, oh, God must have been talking to somebody else. I caught the message. My little spiritual antenna were bent. Couldn't have been talking to me. Couldn't be me, not this girl. She doesn't get that. So Emily Cady is saying, oh yeah, it's God pushing at your center, your core. And we know here that our core is our divinity. It's just your divinity pushing out, pushing out, pushing out. So there's only the one question. Will you open your arms? Are you going to do this? One hand, looking for crumbs. I'll take a little bit. It's what I deserve. I started there, and if you need to start there, start with one hand, put it out, say yes. I'm ready for a little good. And then graduate to this. It took me a long time before I could do this. Yeah, do this, because you do this first, elbows are in, you're a little contracted still. I'm deserving of a little bit more love than I thought last month. What's that? This. Yes. Bring it here. Bring it now. I'm ready for whatever it is that's calling me here. So what do you want? We can certainly choose to be where we are. Doesn't change how worthy you are. Doesn't change how divine you are. That you are divine. That you are love itself. That you are light itself. It just means you're not opening your arms wide enough. And even when you open your arms as wide as you can, there's still more. Because in a bountiful universe, it just pours out. If you're willing to keep desiring and asking and saying yes and claiming your good. So whatever you told yourself about what you desire, you now have permission to let it go. Cast it out. You can do it like that. I'm done. Done with the crumbs. And just do this. Every morning when you wake up. Here I am saying yes. I'm ready for infinite good. And whatever it looks like for you. And then say, I'm grateful. And wait for it to roll in. And whenever you start to doubt, come right back here. And tell yourself that I desired it. And that means my divinity is pressing it towards me right now. Right now. Let's take this in a meditation. Take a deep breath. And as you exhale, settle into that. Settle into that feeling that you have when you desire what is in your heart. And if you're in touch with what that is, call it forth. See it. See a word, see a picture of something you are desiring right now. See it in all its glory, all its colors. Have it be central in your mind, in your heart. Feel that thing. Feel it, feel it, feel it. And in your heart, just say yes. Picture yourself with your arms outstretched, saying yes to life, to the best life ever. Hold it in your heart. Continue to breathe. Continue to see that picture. Hold it there and breathe into it. And keep saying in your heart, yes, yes, yes. Yes. If you want, hold your hands open on your lap. Fingers outstretched. And welcome it in. It is already hurtling towards you. Your divinity has pressed it forward and is pressing it forward into existence, into materiality. And is only waiting for you to say yes, and I am grateful. So now wrap this picture in gratitude. In your heart, say, I am grateful. For all of it, right here, right now. Feel the gratitude. Feel in your heart what the manifestation of that desire will feel like. Feel it. Hold it. Know it is yours because it is divinely ordained. So let's hold this moment now in silence and just breathe. Take a deep breath in together. Inhale. Hold it a second. And And exhale slowly, collectively. One divine mind, one breath, one life. And just settle there. One with your desire. Continuing to feel grateful for it. Knowing deep in your heart with certainty that it is yours right here, right now. One more breath in together. Inhale, exhale slowly. Settle into knowingness. When you're ready, open your eyes and return to